your cowboy shit.
Welcome back to Cowboy Ship. My name is Ted Stoven, and he is James Foley. I'm not sure how many times I say welcome back. I think I might say that too much. I'm gonna have to find some new words, James.
Yeah, I think you say it every time.
I think you're right. I think I should probably do better.
A little habit here.
Yeah,
We
I'm
found a
realizing.
habit.
Realizing. James's habit may or may not be showing up 2 hours late. I'm not sure yet, but it's okay.
Yeah, that was a tough one today. Had to go get some hay and feed. Still wearing my feed clothes, man.
Yeah, hey, at least people know you're working.
Look at that. Look how
I
dirty
can
that's like that
I
is gross.
I thought your hat was just out of focus, but it's just that dirty.
It's that dirty, yeah.
I
Filthy.
don't have the same problem, James. Did not work that hard today. I did not work nearly as hard as you did today.
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah,
How do you wash your hats?
I don't. They just get thrown out.
You throw them out, hey?
Well, I
I have
actually
a hard time throwing them out.
I do too, but I don't like I guess what would I say? I I don't I've seen enough hoarding in my life that I don't want to be a hoarder, and a dirty old beat up ball cap, to me that's a sign of hoarding. If I
I'm
have
a
a
hoarder.
big
I'm a
bunch of
hoarder.
things just around.
And I live with a non-hoarder.
So does
A very good looking non-hoarder that I do not want my hat situation to
it cause
jeopardize.
problems. So,
Yeah.
so how many, and have you noticed this happen yet where what did you call her? A
Um
good looking non-hoarder?
yeah, non-hoarder.
What is
Yeah,
your good,
Kira is like she goes through shit and throws shit away and gives it away and like
yeah,
if it hasn't been used for like
a year?
probably less than that, man. She
Oh,
might be on
really?
like a 6 month schedule
Really?
of just yeah, and then she's like, "Oh, don't need it." Gone.
Gone. The okay, this is my question because I think I don't know for sure, and this is might be the first time I'm a bit nervous right now because my mom just got here and she's sitting in the living room listening to what we're saying.
Yep.
And I think, and I could be wrong, but my parents, one was a hoarder and one was a non-hoarder. And there
Yep.
were times when the non-hoarder or when the hoarder would get mad because the non-hoarder threw the other person's stuff out
See,
or gave it away.
I'm just with my hats. You know what I mean? They fit good, but they're dirty. And
Yeah.
then I just don't throw it away, which I probably should.
My mom took a pair of my dad's cowboy boots that were still in the box to the Goodwill one time, I think.
Oh,
He went back and tried to buy him back, mom said.
oh, you had to pay for them? He couldn't even say they're his.
I don't even know. I don't even know if he got him back. I don't think he did.
Oh yeah, somebody probably
Oh, they were
walked
still
in
there.
there.
He bought him
Oh,
back.
were they? How much?
How much were they, mom?
Oh,
Had to pay
that
for your
could
boots
be
twice.
probably be a quiet supper table for a couple nights.
Quiet, quiet supper table after that. Oh boy.
Yeah.
What I say? I've thrown out a couple hats. You know what I did this winter? That's I would say is still partially a hoarder behavior of mine. Is that I went through like all my like polo shirts this
Yeah.
winter, and I didn't bring any of them back upstairs. Like I wore one, and then I would wash it and leave it downstairs in like the drying rack downstairs, and then
Yeah.
I just left them for the last like probably like over 2 months, and then I just kept wearing other ones from upstairs that I wouldn't usually wear.
Oh yeah.
And then I figured out the stragglers of the pack now. And now I'm like, well, I guess those are the ones that's got to go because I finally had to bring the stash back up because I had no more room on the drying rack to fit any more of my shirts because it was so full of all my other polos. So I had to like,
Right.
so now it's time to go. I think that's not a bad system though. Like if it's, although there's some that are like summer polos and some that are like more winter colors. So that's my excuse right now.
Yeah, I wear the same shit every day, I think.
I,
Just a different version.
as I'm looking
But
at this hat that I've been wearing since November.
yeah, but that's still new. Looks brand
Yeah,
new.
still new. That's true.
Yeah. I think that's like I think everybody has that like thing that they just have maybe a few too many of. Like whether it's like a certain pair of socks or pants or shirts or hats. So, yeah. You know what I mean? We all lived through that struggle.
I've been really culling my sock drawer lately, James, and I bought a bunch of new socks. And I don't, if I have new socks sitting ready to roll, it's way easier to chuck the old ones that kind of like got a hole in them. Where I'm like, yeah, those ones are pretty thin, little suspect now. They're
Oh,
wore out.
I run a tight sock ship.
Do you ever wear socks that aren't
Holes
matching?
gone.
Just
No, never.
see ya. They're never matching, or they're always matching.
Always matching. Always
Always.
matching. No holes. If the elastic at the top starts loosening off,
Boom,
gone.
you're cut. So
Yeah.
you're not a complete hoarder, or do those go under the
No,
sink and they become something else?
no, I
They go in
throw
the
them out.
garbage. Okay.
Yeah. They're
I
gone.
don't.
Dirty. White socks get dirty. Gone.
You're not a full hoarder then, James. You're able to get
No,
rid of
no,
them
I'm a
like
hat
hats.
hoarder.
Just
I'm
hats.
a hat
Okay.
hoarder. Yeah.
Okay. What would I be a hoarder of? I don't know right now. My house is pretty recent. What? Oh, mom says clothes. She says I'm a clothes hoarder. But
Well,
I don't
yeah,
know.
you just talked about your polos.
I don't know if I've shown her my closet though, man. I have like a tiny two-door closet in my bedroom,
Yeah.
and it's like it's pretty nicely organized, but yeah, there's definitely I'm probably definitely a clothes hoarder. That's a good
Do you
point.
store clothes? Like, do you put them in a tote and then put them away?
Yeah, for the season
Why?
though. Because it's
Oh,
like
for
I'm
a
not gonna wear
season.
shorts all winter and put my
Oh, so
shorts away for winter.
so you have like a winter wardrobe and a summer wardrobe.
Partially, yeah,
Wow.
um because you know what's funny actually? You know those khaki pants that everybody makes fun of me for wearing, but I
Yeah,
love?
yeah. Yeah.
I can't wear those in the winter. They're too cold. They're not warm enough. I can't wear those in the winter.
Oh, so they're just summer khakis.
They're just summer khaki. Casual summer khakis.
Toss them in the summer tote.
Yeah, they go in the summer tote, man. I don't wear those. I wore a pair the other day and it was like -10. And I was like, what the hell am I doing? I'm freezing right now. And it's the pants. They're too light of a denim. They're too cold. They're not winter pants.
The only thing that I take that goes with seasons are winter jackets. Winter jackets go away because they take up too much room, but
It's
I wear
true.
the same shit. The only thing maybe different, sorry, is if I toss on a pair of long johns.
Yeah, I think I've wore long johns maybe twice this winter.
Yeah, you've been battling in those trenches, hey? Just grinding. Two
Well,
times the old long johns, just suffering this guy.
but I mean, Calgary's already warmer than Lloydminster on average. So I mean,
Oh
like,
yeah.
I had less opportunity to wear long johns,
Yeah.
James.
Yeah, that's true. You're not living though. If you
But
ain't
also,
putting in,
I don't work nearly as hard as you physically. That's a
yeah,
guarantee.
yeah.
I'm.
Yeah,
I will admit it.
need some more outdoor rodeo events in the late fall for you.
Uh, I guess the last one I work outside would be like, well, I guess it's Armstrong because
That's
it's kind of
September.
wild to think of. It's Labor Day. Yeah. Because the last after that, it's like Butter's event, like Dakota's event inside, and then right to Grand Prairie on the cups.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. The last outdoor rodeo I went to last year had been in Pendleton to go watch it, but yeah, that's kind of wild.
Yeah, that is wild to think about.
I remember going to Olds one time and had to wear like full winter parka because it was like snowing. We were having an outdoor rodeo in the middle of
Uh,
September.
2 years ago in Lloyd at the fall PBR.
Yeah, like December, fall.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like I think it was minus like
Oh
34 or
goodness.
something like that, and
That's a good.
it snowed like 6 inches.
Well, good thing that you only live 7 miles north of town for that one.
Yeah,
Um,
I believe I was flanking in rubber boots and my chore hat. I didn't even put my cowboy hat on because it was just not
too
even
cold.
worth it to go
Yeah.
outside.
I don't want to freeze my ears off.
Yeah,
Um, man, speaking of bull ridings in the kind of winter, how was your drive home on Sunday from Lethbridge?
long.
Was
She
it
was a long one.
was it awful or not bad for you?
No, not bad. So I
Okay.
got up at like 6:30.
Oh, I hadn't
Was
been to bed
on
yet by then.
was on the was was on the road at 8:30.
Good for you.
Drove to Lethbridge. We did the PBR, pretty badass event. My first time ever being there, so that was
I was
cool.
asleep by 8:30 though, but still
Yeah.
up at 6:30.
Then buck
Time change.
bulls.
Time change.
Well, that's what hammered me.
Yeah, because you only slept for like 3 hours probably.
I've never got bent over by time change ever. Usually I'm drinking and it's like, woo, you know what I mean? It's two
Yeah.
o'clock now. It's 3 o'clock. Woo.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it was
No,
6:30 and we were still up.
I was driving. I was north of Killam, and all of a sudden I looked at the clock. It was two, and then I looked at it again. It was 3:30, and I wasn't even Vermilion. I'm like,
What
what the
happened?
fuck is going on?
Where'd my day go?
And then I'm like, yeah, yeah, time change got me. But
Yeah.
I got home, pulled back in the yard 6:30, unloaded bulls, sorted ones for the college, and I was back in Vermilion at 9 a.m.
So how what was I gonna say? How much money has been won on Piper, man? That bull's a friggin' winning machine.
Yeah, I don't
How
know.
many events like and how like he's won a ton for you, but like guys
Pro
won a ton on him too.
I think I looked and it was like
What's his LTE these days?
lifetime earnings is not that much, but for riders it's got to be decent because like Marwane's been one on him, Lethbridge was one on him,
Wasn't the fine? Didn't somebody win the finals on him or win a round of the
around
finals on him?
when the
Edmonton.
Pig won the first round, Edmonton on him.
Yeah,
Lethbridge or Lloyd twice, I think, has been one on him.
that's like
Maybe
five or six event wins.
Marwane twice. Yeah, I
That's a
think
lot.
eight total. So the guys like him. I'm
Yeah,
just
good
my
bull.
favorite part of it is you get to flank the last bull of the event.
Yeah, that's fun, isn't it?
It is. It's like adrenaline, and then you got Brett on the mic just jacking everybody up. Like it's intense. It's intense. Probably the finals last year
Yeah.
was a pretty intense one too. But yeah, Lethbridge was pretty sweet.
Um, he did Parsonage ride him on the last bull of the weekend? I didn't think so, but maybe I'm remembering wrong.
Parsonage rode the first day.
Oh, the first day. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha. Second round, first day.
yeah.
Um, what about you got any critiquing for the music on the weekend? Any
No,
feedback?
I thought it was good.
You don't want to tell me to delete any songs that you don't like?
No, I didn't hear any. You know what? I was in the back pens, man. I'm in the trenches,
Oh,
so I
you
don't
couldn't
even
hear it.
get. Yeah, I don't
Okay,
get to enjoy your
the
music.
tunes. Okay. I just wanted to get some feedback if you had any for me.
No, I didn't hear. I can't even give you my honest opinion because I didn't hear fuck all.
Okay. And then when you're flanking Piper, you're in the zone, so you don't hear it then either.
Yeah, no, I don't hear it.
Okay.
Well,
Ah,
I hear it, I just don't pay attention.
okay, fair
Why,
enough.
did you play a good one or what?
Uh, I thought I played some good ones. We had fun. Had a fun show. Thought it went good. What do you got there? That looked like quite the reaction.
Can I hear you now?
I can hear you.
Okay, sorry.
No worries.
Siri popped up and just lit my earphones up.
Oh, that was what that reaction was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Uh, man, do you have anything else here before we get to the interview this week?
No, no, I don't think so.
Okay. What else you got coming up here? We got another what is it? Probably only what? Well, probably till the end of March, safely in winter still.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we go Marwayne PBR. We got
What,
St. Paul BRC and some
when are
college
those?
rodeos. Marwayne's April 8th or 7th.
Okay.
Um, St. Paul is March 21st. And then we got the Little Royal Rodeo in Vermilion this Saturday, Sunday.
This weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, and that'll be a
The
good one
lit
too.
the Little Royal is out of control. It
Oh,
is a
really?
fun college rodeo, yeah.
Oh, right on.
Like 2 years ago, maybe, a whole section had their shirts off.
Oh, geez.
And then a guy streaked
Really?
during the
College
bull
rodeo.
riding. Yeah.
Oh, that's
College rodeo.
that's
Yeah, it's
fun.
sweet. It's just the kids are they're all good kids and they have a lot of fun. It's funny. Like I if I was in college, I'd be doing the same shit.
Yeah, why not?
So get
Man,
drunk,
wild
watch a
news and
rodeo.
wild news out of Olds too with everything going on. I don't know what the whole story is with that, but it sounds like the school and the rodeo side of things are not quite aligned currently. And
No.
the egg school is not getting much egg support. So hopefully the school officials get their heads on straight, get that sorted out.
Yeah, yeah, they're taking heat on Facebook, and I don't
Yeah.
know. I know from just they've had some outstanding coaches and
Yeah.
some people that, in my opinion, you wouldn't want to let go.
No.
You know what I mean? Like talking about Tanner Gerlitz,
Yeah.
a guy that anybody would love to have their kids coaching
100%.
in a Western sport, and then plus all the connections that Tanner was able to bring to their school for practices and so on and so forth. For a guy like him to back away, Emily Pugsley,
And
just back,
Switzer,
yeah, Nick Switzer, like
good people.
very good people with high talent in rodeo, and for them to be quitting is something that I don't know the details, but something sucks there.
Hmm. Yeah.
Olds, fix your shit.
Yeah. Fix it up, olds.
Yeah.
Uh, what else? Man, I'm going to, I forgot to tell you about this, but I'm going to the Alberta Country Music Awards the week this show comes out, like on the 20th, the weekend of the
Are you,
20th of March.
what are you doing there?
I'm gonna go be part of a mentor session, and then what else? Talk about the brand a bit with the artists that are part of the weekend. And then they asked if I would help present one of the awards on Sunday night too. So
Sheesh.
that'd be pretty fun too.
Hell yeah, that's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, so anyone around Edmonton, come check it out.
Yeah.
A lot of
Maybe,
our
yeah.
a lot
Where's
of
it
our
at?
I don't actually know that. I just know that I'm staying at the Westin.
Like the auditorium probably or something.
Yeah, I don't even know. But my plan this time with the Westin is to just leave my truck unlocked. So if the hobos want to like steal anything, they can just have it. Like I'm just gonna not put anything extra in my truck and just leave it unlocked. So
Yeah,
they can get
just
in there
take it.
and take like just don't bust my windows. You can take my stuff. Just don't
Man,
break my shit.
downtown Edmonton. Fix your shit.
That too.
Golly, that place is something else. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, we should touch on
Give her.
Man Hater.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
The floor is yours.
Uh well, not too much. People who seen it didn't see it. They had to put down Man Hater. One of the best bulls ever to live. Sustained a little bit of an injury while bucking in the short go in Little Rock. I mean, Jane Clark, JW, Gino, and the Hart family, like that's got to be a tough one. I couldn't even comprehend, an animal like that losing him in his prime still. But yeah, Scories, they lost a good one. Get rid of them after Lethbridge, you know what I mean? It's something that these animals are bred to do what they do. And accidents happen, and sometimes you have zero control over it. Sometimes they buck, they look perfect. You go home and they're not well, or they've already died, or you get home and they died, and I mean those injuries happen. So yeah, two tough losses this year or this past weekend. So not good.
It's I can't imagine for you, like for you guys that own the Bulls, for that stuff to happen for you. Like it's just it's tragic because it's I was explaining to somebody the other day. I was uh I was having breakfast somewhere and having a visit with the lady that was quizzing me on a bunch of things in the the animal welfare side of it, and she was like, I don't like the tie down roping, and I was like, well, I can understand why you wouldn't like the look of it at times, yes, but it's the most authentic event in the as far as actual ranching goes in the rodeo in the Western world. And it's also the people that own those calves, they don't want them to get hurt. Like the intention's not for anything to happen. And she's like, what about the bulls? Don't they tie the nuts up? And I'm like, no, it's the biggest misconception in our sport. And, try to explain it to her different ways. And like these animals are these people's pets. Like this is what they do for a living. And this is what these animals want to do. This is what they're born to do. And these people are like that have these animals. This is their livelihood for some of them, or it's their life. Like they're breeding these animals for a living, and they're doing it because they love the animals and they love the sport. So I don't know what's wrong with that. It's not, she was trying to knock me on
Oh,
the sport, and I was like, yeah, like this is. I think you got a little wrong there, lady.
yeah, yeah, like, I mean, I think Western sports period doesn't matter if in the bucking horses, bucking bulls, the timed event cattle. The horses that are rode in all the horse
Yeah,
events.
bucking horses. Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
and the time events.
the
Yeah.
barrel, yeah, timed events, the barrel horses. Like, man, all these horses are animals. Period, are treated like top notch, and it's not a taking care of these animals. People, I don't think know how much time it takes as compared to like a beef cow. A beef cow compare or a beef bull compared to a rodeo bull is there's no comparison on the time we spend with them, what we do feeding, training, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? It's like probably 50 hours to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Guys
The
buy
only
beef bulls, kick them out in a pasture and leave them and then feed them all winter. They don't do shit all compared to us.
Yeah, the only ones that would be anywhere close is the ones that show them, but those ones are worth like just as much as the bucking bulls too.
Yeah. Yeah, and like they become a part of our family.
Yeah.
They're sad to say it, but there's bulls at my house that are not for sale, and not because they're good, but because they're
They're your
sentimental.
pets. Yeah, they're your
Yeah,
pets.
and it's a bad habit to have because then you want to keep them all,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
Part of the deal.
But
Um,
yeah, that's the life of them
part of the game.
athletes.
Part of the game. Um, James, thanks for that. Thanks for this. And have fun at the Little Royal coming up here
Yeah,
soon.
we're going. We'll see you kids. Keep your shirts on.
Or don't. I mean, it's probably
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
Saturday, so
Go
have fun.
wild.
Have fun. Anyways, from the Brown Boot Studio, my name's Ted Sylvan. He's James Foley. We're gonna go have some dinner now. It's that time of the day. Hope
Okay,
you all are having a great
take
time.
your mom somewhere nice.
Yeah, obviously. See you all. From the Brahma Boot Studio in Calgary, Alberta, I'm Ted Stoven, and coming to visit today is a man that I've known for a long time. I feel like I haven't seen him as much lately, but hopefully, hopefully we get him to a couple shows back in up our way in the next little while. But we were just talking before, and I was trying to jog my memory because I was pretty sure that this guy had done a couple shows with us back home a couple years back. We'll talk about that a
Way
bit
back.
more. Way back, yeah. But from Corvallis, Montana, please welcome the program rodeo entertainer Danger Dave Whitmoyer.
Hello, Teddy. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, man, we're doing good. It's we've had an unusually warm winter. I don't know if that's been the same for you, but it's
Yeah, it's
been
been ridiculous.
yeah, like kind of I don't know. I'm not complaining because I really don't like the cold. This has been the most reasonable winter I've ever experienced at home, and I'm thriving right now, Dave. I'm not I haven't hit the seasonal depression of the winter yet that I usually get
You've
in the
got
winter.
people golfing here in the middle of February or
Yeah,
beginning of February. It's pretty crazy. I know we were at 60 the other day, but it finally snowed today here
it
in
did.
western Montana. So I'm finally feeling like I want to strap the skis back on or something.
Yeah. It's I mean, shoot, but like by like a month from now it should be pretty decent again, although she'll probably snow plenty in March still.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Is just we're just going to get hammered this spring.
All the way till April probably now.
Yeah, spring skiing, baby.
Yeah, man.
Spring rodeo, and
That
holy
too.
moly.
Well,
That's becomes messy.
that's true. Man, I don't know where we met. I don't know how it happened, but we were talking about the Rod Wilson Memorial Bull Riding, and I think I think the first one was in 2008, and then I think that I helped put on the show in Rod's memory and with his family, Claudia, and it's like his mom Claudia and I believe his uncle Rennie, his wife Angela, and the whole crew. Brett Gardner was the announcer.
Yep.
You came and were the entertainer there for a couple years. I forget when that was, but I think we put on that event until 2013 or 14 or something. I forget now.
Yeah, and it was man, I did 2 years in a row for you guys up there, and it was a blast in that hockey arena.
The
Yeah, I
Omniplex.
worked with yeah, right. Yes, that's right. We had a little dance up there on the stage and whatnot. Yeah, that was a cool place. Got to work with Brett. That guy was awesome. That was my first kind of introduction to working with Brett and all of you guys up there. It was definitely a Canadian introduction for a
Yeah.
Montana kid that didn't know a whole lot.
Well, and like you were kind of early on with that at the same time as well, right? Like I might have met you in like Belt or something for like with
Yep.
Jeff Marn and Brad Narducci and all those guys, or maybe it was maybe it was Kalispell, like the Majestic Valley too, one of those times. Did you
And
work with
probably
Gunderson a bit?
Libby. Yeah, and Libby maybe
I
because
never
that's
went to
where I
Libby
ran.
yet.
Yeah, that's where I ran into Keenan. And
Oh,
then, but yes, that's exactly was it Belt like Dusty Glico.
yeah.
I was clowning that for a long time. A lot of Shane Gunderson's deals. I
Yeah.
fought bulls for Shane Gunderson for a long time,
Oh,
and
okay.
that was probably it. When you were riding bulls, I was probably fighting too.
Oh,
Some of
maybe.
those deals because I didn't always. I pulled a lot of double duty at the beginning of my career. I'd fought
Yeah.
bulls and then I'd clown too, just later.
Huh. Well, so I gotta ask, well, I guess first off though, for those people in the rodeo world in Canada that might need a rodeo entertainer for a show, Dave is may or may not have a weekend or two open to
Yeah,
come
I
out
got
to
a
Canada.
couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, got a couple. I'm not far from the border.
Yeah.
I can get through the border if you give me if you give me out a little help with paperwork or something on the committee. It's awesome. And yeah, I'm looking forward to trying to come back. And I have a lot of professional goals, and a lot of them are in the country of Canada with rodeo. So
Yeah.
I want to come up there and try to make it happen.
Well, we hopefully we can make something happen, Dave. It'd be a lot of fun to have you back up this way again. It'd be fun to work with you and hang out with you a bit in the summer too.
Yeah, I'd love that hangout. I'd love to be able to work with you guys now that my show is a lot more polished than it was 15, 16 years ago. And just kind of just show Canada what I can do and have some fun while we're doing it. That's one thing. I still have the energy. I'm 41, but still bringing the energy all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one thing I think it sets me apart a little bit.
Tell me how you got into the rodeo entertainer bullfighting because you were a football guy. I always remember that I heard a little bit of the story that you were a football guy, but I don't know the
Yep.
whole backstory on that.
Yeah, I played football. That's all I did growing up. I was sports and then football through high school, and I wanted to play college. I wanted to play in the NFL. That was my goal one day. Pretty tough being a kid from Montana making that, but there's a lot of them that do it. And yeah, just after college, I won a couple national championships playing at Carroll. Had some amazing years with good teams there. I played at a junior college before that in North Dakota. Met some amazing people. Football team was, we were okay there. Amazing talent, but it's tough to get a team to gel together when you only get like a year and a half with each other. And then at a junior college, it's tough to make it gel like that. So those were a little tougher, but still great teams. And then Carroll, yeah, won two national championships there in 05 and 07. And then won the Frontier Conference all 3 years that I was there. So we had pretty awesome teams, great coaching. And then, yeah, when I was done there, I was kind of still had the athletic bug. So I went into bullfighting. I went to Sankey school, fought some bulls for 4 days. They said, hey, yeah, you should try this. So started doing that along with my other odd jobs of I was guiding hunters and I was working at a ski hill. So it kind of worked. All those three professions kind of worked together. So I kind of ran with that. And bullfighting, I found out I was not a good freestyle guy. There was freestyle was coming on as starting to make a comeback. Like the Wrangler bullfights had kind of faded out after a while. Now that this is like when the UBF and BFO bullfighters only with Aaron, and then we're really coming on. I tried my hand at doing a little freestyling, 6'5", moved like a baby giraffe half the time. I took a couple good hookings and I figured out that freestyling wasn't for me. Protection, I did pretty well with protection, but still made some mistakes that, almost cost me my life. I got kicked in the face and crushed my face from here down. And So I've had a lot of work with that, still having work done to this day on stuff that comes up after time with that. And, but kind of progressed and I've always been kind of a humorous person. I don't know if you'd say like class clown, but kind of like the tension easer in most of the tense situations, especially in football, on football teams. You got to have a guy that's been like, yo, screw that. We're here. Like, don't listen to that shit. We know who we are, what we can do, and somebody that kind of can bring it back down to reality after somebody's been checked or somebody's ego's been checked a little bit or something. So I was kind of always the guy that evened things out a little bit in that sense. And so that progressed into the clowning, and I worked my way up from smallest rodeos around I could do clowning for tiny amounts of money, and then finally building into some good acts and stuff that I've had for years. I'm finally polished it to make it like, oh, good, get some pyrotechnics with it, some good music with it, and just really kind of tighten up your show a little bit. That's what kind of how I evolved into being a clown, and I just stuck with it. I saw there's a good way to make a living there too. I make a hell of a living being a rodeo entertainer and sticking strictly to comedy and not bringing, I don't bring much else other than comedy, funny stuff when I come into the arena. So that's what I depend on. I don't have too much other stuff other than that. Try to just be funny, and it's been successful so far.
I gotta ask, go back to the football really quick.
Yeah.
Are there any names of people that you played with or that coached you that people might recognize now? I'm curious.
Casey Fitzsimmons, he's a friend of mine. He didn't play with me. He played a year. He graduated the year I came in as my first year at Carroll, but he played in the NFL for, I want to say like 11 or 12 years, played for the Detroit Lions. Just a hard-nosed Chester, Montana guy, hard-nosed working farm kid, and now he's a rancher right outside of Helena. Trying to think, there's some guys I played against, and some guys in junior college that their families are definitely doing things in the sports world for sure. At Carroll College, we were, it was kind of a bunch of misfits that fit together really well, and none of us were gonna expected to really go play at the next level. There was always like the talk, you try to hype each other up in the locker room or something, but we just kind of knew our roles, and there wasn't really anybody else other than Casey that really, Tyler Emmert was our quarterback one of those years, and he was incredible. Probably could have played in the CFL. I think he had some opportunities to try out, but extremely smart with his body, and said, I'm going to go, organize people's money and stuff for them and make my money that way. So, I didn't really play with anybody like big time. Played with some really solid dudes though at both schools.
What position did you play, Dave? I don't know that either.
So I played a few positions actually. When I went to junior college, I started out as a quarterback, so I got recruited there, and then I was their punter as well. So I was punter, quarterback, and I played a little free safety when I had to. I played that in high school too, free safety, quarterback. So I played just a couple quarters of free safety in college. My first year when one of the guys got banged up, I had to take about a quarter, I think, playing free safety, and at the college level was not fun. There was a lot bigger, but punter, quarterback, and then I moved to wide receiver one year. we had a guy, he didn't show up for the bus, and our coach freaked out, and he's like, I want to call the other team, and we're not coming, you know. And I'm like, no, hold up. I was the quarterback, so I stood up. I'm like, let Joe, who is our backup, I go, let Joe play quarterback. I'll play wide receiver, and we'll be fine. And like he was fixing to cancel the trip as we're getting ready to leave.
No
and
way.
He's like, yeah. So I chased him down the hall. I'm like, hey, hold up. Let's think about this. So we did it. We left the kid there. He didn't show up. We go down there. I play wide receiver. I have like 4 catches for like 90 yards or something like that. And played pretty well. So then I stayed at wide receiver for the rest of that season, and ended up playing pretty well at wide receiver. I was a lot bigger than most of the DBs I played against. And then when I went to Carroll, that's what I played, was wide receiver at Carroll, and had pretty good success with that.
Oh man, that's neat.
Yeah.
Neat.
But yeah, and then I would play some special team stuff. I would like field goal block. When I went to Carroll, they had me, I was the guy in the middle that jumped. So I took a lot of shots to the bread basket and other things, but blocked a few field goals. And that was one of my funnest parts of college football, is being on those special teams opportunities. So
how big of a deal was it for MSU to go win the title they won this year? That was huge.
Huge. Yeah, huge. First time in 41 years that they've won it at that level, the 1AA level. For Montana, that's huge for Montana as far as recruiting for football. We've had a lot of national championship trips and playoff trips between all the frontier schools, as I like to call it, like all the frontier schools, and then Montana State and the University of Montana. There's the football in Montana it gets overlooked a lot, but if you look at the history of it, they're always in the top of every level that they're in. They're always ranked in the top of the nation.
Yeah. So you get into bullfighting, and then what's the step from bullfighting to entertaining?
Well, I was kind of doing it already. So that's what I would first do when I went to West Yellowstone. And when I first started working for Straight Up Peanuts, I would clown the entire rodeo and then fight bulls. And then I kind of got into this mode where like, maybe I should just focus on doing one. So I thought bullfighting is how I really got into rodeo. And those are the guys that I looked up to, like Joe Bumgardner and Rob Smets. Those were the guys that I really looked up to at a level when I could understand it. There's obviously those earlier guys that set a foundation, but the point where I was watching and seeing how guys move, Joe Bumgardner and Rob Smets, that's kind of where I wanted to be. So I didn't really even think about clowning to begin with. So I just kind of went out there, did some stuff, tried to tell some dumb jokes that, probably weren't working very well. But then I started to learn, like, oh, go to the crowd, play with the crowd, and be more unscripted, be yourself more, because I'm more of a humorous person to begin with. So live off of that, and kind of went with that and started realizing it worked. And then I saw the need for clowns around Canada. When I first started going up there, huge need for them. Now, I think now more than ever, there's a opportunity for a good entertainer to make a living if you're willing to go out there and go down the road and step into the arena and sell out for 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. You can do really well. But yeah, I think that was the getting beat up by being a bullfighter. I saw that I could maybe make money a safer way and still be involved in the show, and then working the barrel. I still kind of get to be in there and be a part of it. I'm not a very big part of it. I don't like to brag about I do a lot from the barrel, but I do work it, and I'm proud to work it for guys and whatnot and take hits in it. So, but yeah, I think I saw that safer opportunity and make a living for my family and myself. Yeah, just kind of went with that.
And we gotta talk about some inspirations on the rodeo entertainer side of things. Like I'm thinking Montana, and I'm thinking that Flint has to be a bit of an influence for you, being another Montana guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. Flint always was, and that was one thing. You got to try to be different than those that you look up to, and but yeah, Flint always, and that was the other thing. I didn't really get to see Flint rodeo. I've never seen Flint work a rodeo. I've seen Flint work PBRs, and I saw Flint work like one of the first times I ever saw him work was in high school. Actually, I take that back. In high school, I did watch him work the NFR. I went to the NFR one year in high school, and he was in the barrel. But I've never saw him work a show. The NFR, they don't do anything there. He was just in the barrel. So yeah, Flint was a guy that I kind of asked him more for advice, I guess in the sense like he's a very smart individual. And so I kind of went to him a lot with advice. I borrowed his baggies one year. I'm like, dude, I look like shit. Can you help me out? And he's like, yeah. So he literally brought me his pants. So that was cool. I returned them to him. I didn't steal them. So he got his pants back. I think if Will gave them back to him, they could be hanging on Will's wall. But yeah. And then, there's another one that I was just thinking about the other day, Smurf Horton, Michael Horton. That guy was one of my biggest inspirations as a kid, growing up in Helena. I got to watch some good entertainers come through Helena and do the Stampede there, along with the Kesslers for years. But Smurf Horton was a huge influence on, man, go out there and just be a little wild and have fun with it, and let the energy that you bring flow into the crowd. Because I remember that guy would do it. Butch Lemcooler, obviously, that guy. I do the trampoline act. So Butch Lemcooler, that's another one. Just guys that were so good at their craft, and I looked up to that. I think I took pieces from a lot of those guys. Flint, kind of how he definitely his humor, just be yourself humor out there instead of like that scripted mentality. Go with the flow, go with what's going on. Do your homework, use the media, use current events and stuff like that. You just got to stay relevant. And then, Murph stepping out on a limb and doing some crazy shit like riding a bucking horse in a wash tub, getting on a bull, riding a steer out into the arena, jumping a bull off a barrel, stuff that clowns wouldn't do. And then like Butch, really theatrically selling the show and acting things out. It is a show. It's a show that we do. So I think I've taken some pieces from a lot of those guys. Like, man, you can learn a lot from the older generation of guys that, people say, he's washed up or retired or whatever. Like, man, that dude's gold in the arena. I don't care if you just step back and look at it from that humor aspect of it. I wish people would do that a little more instead of just writing guys off immediately for how he dresses or something. Step back and kind of watch their show and see how they go about it. I think it's kind of cool to see, especially some of those older guys. They don't leave that character, and I love that.
What's the character like for you to like? I don't think it's a stretch for you to jump out in the arena and do what you do. I could be wrong, but for me, it would be a huge stretch. Like it's not something I want to do. I don't want to be in front of the people. I feel weird when the camera ever gets pointed on me and I gotta like acknowledge like I don't know what to do. I don't know how I look. I feel weird in that position. Like as the music guy, I
Yeah.
kind of like being in the background and I like influencing the flow of the show and whatnot. But like it would be a stretch for me to go out and do that job. But for you, I'm assuming there's a little bit of it, but also you probably feel quite comfortable doing it at this point, is my assumption.
Yeah, for the most part, I mean, um, the makeup. All right. The makeup is like a necessary evil. And I've talked about this, being I think it's kind of weird. I think clowns are a little weird too. And so that is that one kind of gets me, like, yeah, okay, maybe I get it. But if I've toned mine down a little bit. But you're far away from people too in a rodeo arena. So they don't really see your face and whatnot. So if you have a lot of that makeup, they can see it a little better, maybe theatrically. But yeah, I think the public speaking aspect of it, once you have the public speaking aspect of it kind of down, and then you're comfortable talking amongst two other guys or a couple other guys and yourself as a music director. There's a lot of cogs in the wheel that you got to dodge and make sure you're not stepping on toes. So I think that's what a good rodeo clown can identify as get in there. And then the camera thing, I don't like it either, but I also started realizing like this is a show. Know where the camera is. People, if the camera's on you, people want to see your face and see your reaction. From a guy that wears the makeup and everything. That's where I'm coming from. I'm not saying that from your standpoint. I always like it when they shoot at you guys and you're just stoically looking at your keyboard or something, which I find terrifying. I find terrifying is trying to play songs, and like watch the show, match up the beat, get the flow going with everything. I find that a little terrifying. So to each his own, but I think once you get to that public speaking deal, and then just being able to engage the entire arena, just has really helped kind of get me comfortable to go out there. It's definitely uncomfortable in some situations. It's pretty badass in a lot of situations, especially like at those UTBs, the PBRs do a lot, those arena venues, any of the winter shows. Yeah, it gets easier as you go in there and you kind of have an attack plan, I guess.
And that I'm thinking now about the shows we work and the places we go and what makes a certain show go really well. There's sometimes where like there's one that's going to be great every time and there's some that like are a little bit of a different show where it's a different feeling, a different setting, a different thought like and plan getting into it. But I'm curious on your side, like there's a Sunday afternoon 1 p.m. show that's not going to be the same as a Saturday night show under the lights or inside a venue like a big building with 10,000 people. Like I just want to hear your thoughts on that and like what really goes into making a show really great from your side of things. Or like if you can you make a Sunday afternoon show feel like the Saturday night? Like tell me about that side
Yeah.
of things, Dave.
Yeah, it can be tougher at rodeos, I guess, maybe to make that happen. But if you have the right team, announcer, sound, clown, I believe, and then like stock contractor, obviously committee, I believe if they kind of set that tone, there are some that maybe just have that, Sunday feel to them. but yeah, it's tough. And I always say something before I walk in the arena after the anthem, you know, I go have fun is something I tell myself every time I step into the arena. Because I'm getting paid a lot of money to be there. And so I bring it up, and Sundays, they can be tougher for some, but that's where you just buck up, and that's where you learn if you're really good at your job, or if you're just in it to make the paycheck and move on next week. I usually find most Sundays, especially like when I was working the PBR stuff, you bring it as hard as you bring it on Saturday, and change it up. Maybe, you know, I try to change it up most nights. So change it up a little bit from Saturday, but still bring the energy. That's kind of my motto for sure. Until I run out of energy, I'm gonna still bring it.
And now I got to go back to the music side of things
Yeah.
because I met Brad Narducci in Whitefish. It was Kalispell. It was a Majestic Valley Arena, right? At one of those
Yeah.
shows for Gunderson. And like,
Yeah.
I don't want to call him out on the music side of things. I don't want to call him out. I don't know how to say it, but like
Call them out.
call him out. Okay. And I hope he gets a kick out of this, but like he was doing the music from two different computers, and his pre-ride songs were on one computer, and then his
Yeah.
work songs were on another computer, and he had to like crossfade across like two channels to make the change go. But like he was already a master at that point. Like Brad was a badass, and this was probably 2013 or 14, I think. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
14 years before he does the NFR. But like I think he told me then about how he had a setup in his basement where he was watching the NFR and he's playing the music to the NFR in his basement, like practicing, getting ready for it. He spent over a decade just working on that side of it. And but I also
Geeking
like
out.
now he's sorry, what'd you say? Oh, geeking out.
I
Yeah.
said geeking out in the basement.
Yeah. Um, but like crazy to think that he used to play it from two different computers. Like that was kind of wild. He was showing me the setup because I was just starting into the music stuff like in the spring of 2014. I literally bought a laptop on the way home. My first music computer came from the Whitefish Best Buy or the Kalispell Best Buy because I got a
Yeah.
better deal on it because I bought it in America and then took it home.
Yeah.
But like I used
Yeah.
that computer for like 10 years working the shows and stuff. Like it was a solid computer, use it forever. Um, but anyways, Brad starts there, and then you guys were working that show together. Remember he played what the hell's it? It's Saturday night. I was downtown working for the
Working on the FBI.
yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell's that song called right now?
That's it's Credence. It's CCR. But I think it's yeah, you're gonna have to get on your little smart device
I
there,
gotta look this
buddy.
up. Saturday night I was downtown. Long cool woman in a
Yeah,
black
long.
dress.
Oh yeah, the
That's the
Hollies.
Hollies.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay,
The Hollies.
the Hollies.
CCR. Look at that.
I can be terrible with names, but I remember looking around because I was like, I had this little video camera and I was videotaping all this stuff back when I was doing that stuff at most of the events before I got into music and production. And I was looking around and people were like standing up out of their seats and clapping along to the song, and like I think it was unprovoked because I don't remember that. I don't remember you saying anything like to for people to get up instead. And I was like, "Holy shit! This is what music can do at a show. Is like he can pick the right song at the right time, and those people are gonna stand up and take an action from what he's doing." And that
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
announcer provoked. That wasn't you provoking it. Like that was straight up like Brad picked the right song at the right time, and then
Pure feeling.
right.
Yeah, that's you guys can really set the tone. And that's the one thing I love about, you know, working with great sound people is they make me sweat, and I know that it's a great show in that aspect. Kind of getting back to your deal about how do you know if it's a great show? Well, if I walk out of the arena sweating, which is happens most of the time, happens every time. It's you know it's been good. So
But getting to watch Brad go from like from his hometown show in Kalispell to the NFR, like you got to work with him a lot over throughout those years, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, Brad, it has been amazing. We reminisce often about one of our times in Helena at this bull riding there at the Oktoberfest where he uh he handed over the keyboard to me, so I played music, and then Jeff Marn, he did some we switched jobs. So I ended up announcing and Brad was announcing and then Jeff was playing music and um we've been around together for a long time from the Dusty Glico. Brad and I have worked together at the UTB level, at the teams level. Him and I were, he was the arena host as I was the entertainer in Kansas City at the TKO takeover. So, like, we got to race lawnmowers together and like bad boy lawnmowers. So it was, we've been all over the place. And it's amazing to see his career uh, go the way it has, and he's an amazing talent on the keyboard. It's incredible. If he was he could have most of any of our jobs. He's a great announcer. He's funnier than shit. Uh, he's just a great human. So it's I didn't think they made him like that, but he's damn near perfect. So
Yeah, I'm with you.
yeah.
And yeah, to be able to do any of those different jobs, like kudos to him. And every other job that he works, I think it probably makes him better at everything else he does too. Is my assumption.
Totally. Yeah, he's so good on a microphone once he settles in. He doesn't really like it. He'll kind of tell you that. But you get him on the microphone for 5 seconds and then he's loosened up, or like once he's said his intro thing, you can tell he loosens up. And when he comes to me in the arena, if he's on the microphone, it's usually it's goes downhill. It's fun. It's great, and it's usually the start of something pretty funny because he's not afraid to say most anything or go anywhere, and I'm usually on the same wavelength.
Have you guys ever
Yeah.
gotten a jam with that though?
You know, I don't think so. We've all kept it very, pretty lighthearted, and especially in the places that we do it. We're doing it in Montana, um, at some of those smaller deals, or like maybe out in Podunk somewhere. We kind of do some stuff to prepare ourselves for the big ones, like Kansas City, when we have to work together, and it has to be a little more, you know, you walk the line ish. CBS is filming. We only got 2 minutes. You guys shut up and hurry up.
Yeah.
So get your point across. But no, it's never really got us in trouble. I think because we're professionals, we're good at our jobs, and
Yeah.
we always just keep going. Like, we don't dwell on it or anything either. And I don't think we've ever said anything that's been that out of line to do it. So it's been good. We know exactly where you can and can't go.
Okay.
I can't. That's just me and Brad together. I mean, I can't say that. I've gotten the odd letter here and there.
Yeah. What was the worst letter you got?
Oh, I mean, I just got one for the circuit finals here in January. I didn't get a letter, but I mean, there was complaint. I got an email once about just how I am not the center of the show, and
Oh.
something like that. After it was a pretty not well competing rodeo. It was an amateur rodeo or something.
Oh, geez.
I made sure to email her back my schedule and let her know, like, all right, well, this is where I'm performing, so don't come and watch any of these rodeos if you don't like what I do. But no, I haven't had too much that's like ever blown up. I've never worn any crazy mask in the arena that has caught warranted political disruption or anything. I'll make a political joke here and there, but usually most of my political jokes it's just about politicians. You try to walk the line and just hammer either one of them. You don't be red or blue.
Yeah.
You just make fun of the system.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, and it's the system in the certain places too. You can make more
Oh,
fun of certain things in Montana as you can in Ohio.
yeah, or like Harrisburg, Pennsylvania,
Yeah,
and like yeah, you can't go to
the
these big
Montana comedy.
venues.
Yeah.
Sacramento, Anaheim. You gotta walk, you gotta be careful.
Uh man, I'm just gonna pause here for a sec. Dave, you brought something up that I wasn't aware of earlier on that we like before we got recording, but you said you haven't had a drink in a year. Um,
Yeah.
tell me about that journey.
Yeah, just uh came to the realization that I cannot handle my alcohol properly and healthy. So before I lost everything pretty much in my life, my family, my career, all that, I um, figured I better take a step back and realize, figure out what's important for me. And alcohol is just, I wasn't good on it. So um, I probably I'm a little over a year, like a year and 4 months not drinking, and it's been amazing. I have a better relationship with my wife. I have a better relationship with my children. I have gotten rid of bad relationships and tried to focus on building new ones and rebuilding old relationships that have maybe dwindled or gone away just because either I was too busy, preoccupied with inebriating myself or something like that, or running away from something. So yeah, I've been it's a journey, that's for sure, especially trying to rodeo professionally and not drink and not be around it. It's one of the hardest things you can do. And then my family doesn't come with me a lot. And my wife is a professional here. Real estate, does an amazing job. Um, and she has to be here to work. So, um, that have to build trust with them and try to do that from a couple thousand miles away at a party and at a drinking establishment is tough to do. It's been one thing though that's been fairly easy to do after I quit having the need for it. I feel like so the need to have a drink and whatnot. So yeah, been a battle for sure, and it's not over, but it's I feel great. My mind when I step into the arena, I'm a lot clearer. I see things just not being fuzzy at all, whether you're hungover or you haven't had a drink in a few days or something like that. It's to a point now where things are clicking, you're on, you feel good stepping out there. If you got a headache or something, you're like, I wonder what that's from, because it ain't from drinking. So kind of listen to your body a little more, and you definitely build some confidence in yourself. Yeah, yeah, just if you're strong enough to stick with it. That's the thing. That's all from inside you saying, I want to do this. There's no other. I have some help, from my wife and a little therapy here and there. Go lay on the couch, but no, it's pretty much digging down inside and being like, are you gonna do what's right for you and yours, or you're not going to man up and do it. So yeah, that's what I kind of look at it and manned up, and I'm feeling great. My career is going extremely well. Worked some of the biggest events in my life this last year, sober as a bird, and they're going great. So I'm looking forward to it. Keep it rolling.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a time when you got stuck and couldn't come up here for a while. Like that was
Yep.
sounds like that might have been part of the deal.
Yeah, definitely. I got 2 DUIs when I was younger out of college, and I couldn't get to Canada. And that's the other thing. It just it ruins so many things, alcohol, for me. And I didn't realize it. It's sad. I didn't realize it until, a year and a half ago. So and all you can do is build off that and be better for the next however many years I got. But yeah, that it hindered my ability to go to Canada, to probably get to those goals quicker of mine, especially the Canadian goals. Canadian goals, those are some of the top of my list. But I believe that working in Canada at professional rodeos up there is extremely important for especially my career, but it could be important for a lot of entertainers' careers. And it's just, and I flushed that down the toilet for a few years, and now I'm trying to make it come back and make it work and make it right, and bring some stuff that people haven't seen before up there. So that's my plan. But yeah, I think there's some sort of plan there in the making that makes that possible. And but yeah, I'm looking forward to having the opportunity to roll up to the border patrol station, be like, yeah, here I am. Here I am. I'm good. Yep.
I don't want to bring up the hurt for what it was like, but I'm imagining having to make a call to a rodeo committee who is counting on you to be at a show and having to say, "Hey, so I can't make it now." Like I'm
Yep.
looking back that like the trust factor with them would be difficult to win them back after you call them and be like, "Hey, yeah, I can't make it now," because they're counting on you to be there. And I I wonder what that was like for you. It had to be pretty fucking shitty, but I mean,
Yeah, it was. I don't think at the time I had too many that were booked out into the future.
okay,
It was extremely tough to make the calls to like those Canadian stock contractors and stuff that had hired me and were hiring me. And like, yeah, just my buddies like you that hired me up there, Keenan hired me, all those guys, Chief, like it was tough saying that. It was cool though, because you guys were all understanding about it. Everybody was very understanding about it. So it's just, it hurt my career, and that's the truth of the matter. And hopefully you guys can see the champion within, because I'm coming back with a little bit of fire beneath my ass. I got a chip on my shoulder, and yeah, I got some big goals, and north of the border is a lot of them.
right on. Well, what about what's the process been like? I'm like you talk about your sweating after a perf. Like I could see myself after a perf, and like we do it sometimes still, where you finish your rodeo and you go have a nice cold beer in the after a hot summer day, and like for you, you'd be at your trailer and be under the awning and kick your shoes off and have a cold beer. Like the whole system of the way we work is kind of built around some booze. Honestly, like
Yep.
I have struggled at times, and I drink far less now than I probably ever have. Last night was an outlier,
Yeah.
for the record, but
Yeah, you have those.
yeah, sometimes. But what's my point? But for me, there was a time like in 2015 where I didn't think I could say no, and I had to stop the habit of accepting it every time and thinking that I wouldn't be socially accepted if I didn't drink.
Yep. Yeah, that's the thing, is the kind of getting the shock value of when you say no, I don't want anything to drink. People are like,
Yeah.
they just kind of give you that look. I'm sponsored by Coors. There's Coors on my barrel. They gave me a cooler this year with with a coupon to stock it with Coors to give to guys at rodeos.
Yeah.
It's about willpower, straight up. Like, people like to pray for stuff. People like to beg for stuff. It's about digging down deep inside you and being like, no, this shit, do I want to control my life? And do I have control of it? And I think it's about digging down deep and just like bearing down. And then accepting, like, I'm not going to drink. I'll have an alternative. Like, I'm going to have my Dr. Pepper on ice in the cooler, ready to go, because that's kind of like the new
refreshment.
Like, all right, this is my new, like, oh, that is so great, after a show, something like that. So, and you just find those, I think, just to fill it, start paying attention more to your eating habits too, if you're not drunk. So I have a healthier diet. My wife helps me out a ton with that, but like, the booze, not having it there, you'll eat a little better. So then after your show, you're more focused on maybe having a meal after you've brought your adrenaline down. It always takes me an hour and a half before my adrenaline comes down after show, before I feel like eating anything. But yeah, it's part of I think that process of coming out, having that, not totally falling out of the scene, but having that process. I don't go to any after parties or anything like that unless it's like a buckle ceremony or anything. You kind of got to cut that stuff away unless you need to go make an appearance. Or I do a lot of emceeing, so I go and MC a lot, but stay behind the stage and stay to yourself, I guess, and don't give people the opportunity to make you feel guilty about not drinking. That's kind of where I've gotten to. Like, sometimes I'll just go hide over here and not be present around it, if I have to be there, like when I MC or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, social stigma, that's there.
Is there meetings that you've been to, or like you mentioned a therapist, like what are the tools that you've used that way?
I've never really been to any meetings or anything. My wife and I, we go to therapy, we work on our marriage, and through that, I think a lot of that, I haven't really gone to a specific drug or alcohol counselor. I've seen one when I was separated from my wife. Just saw one, and for maybe a few trips, and then we started seeing this counselor that we've been with for a long time, and it's been very positive and kind of helped, at least vent a little bit about some things or frustrations and whatnot. But no, it's pretty much all about just a lot about yourself, about knowing, like, you're not going to do this and you don't need to do that. You can break away from those habits. But I've gotten extremely busy doing other shit. So
Yeah,
that's how it goes, but it's good. Like, you have at least have a clear mind, and everything's straight and narrow, walking the line,
I just wrote down turning point because I'm wondering what was there a morning you woke up and you're hungover and you're like, what am I doing? Or was like, you just mentioned being separated from your wife. Like, what was the turning point that made you make the decision?
Yeah, just probably with my wife, being separated, the verge of divorce, watching my family slowly slip away from me and me not being able to see them. Bad choices that I made while on the road. It's just, it was all from alcohol. Alcohol turned me into a different person, and it wasn't good. I don't know how to control it. I went to college and pretty much started it hard and stuck with that. There was no breaking in point or period. It was you get broken in like this. So I think I kind of always had like a kind of go hard attitude with it. And yeah, that's what it was. And that got me in trouble. And just being on the road and being away from your family and trying to live that life it was something I tried to do, and alcohol took me down the way that I did not need to be. So I made that decision. If I didn't, I would have lost my wife, my kids. Now we're rocking and rolling. You know, we still do our therapy and whatnot, but I'm a different guy, different person. It's cool. I feel good. There's a lot of things I'm regretful for sure. That's one of the hardest things, is just knowing you've effed up that much in the past, and to a brink that to that point is when you had to learn to stop. So yeah, just threw a lot of things away and I learned from it. So I'm just trying to better my next 51 years on earth, hopefully here, and turn the page on my deal. I love that song, but it worked good in that segue.
Are we talking about is it Bob Dylan, Bob Seger, and then there's the
Bob Seger.
Bob
Seger, Turn the Page. That song's got a lot of influence in my life. So
man, I gotta say, I really love the Metallica version too, like just with the heavy drums and whatnot. Like, oh, that's a badass song.
I agree with you 100%. Yep. Banged my head to it numerous times. Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of turning the page, you said you're busy with lots of other stuff, and I gotta get to, well, one more thing though. I love you, Dave, and if there's anything I can ever do for you, man, like you got my phone number still, so I'm Team Dave here. If I can ever help you, brother.
Thanks, I appreciate it. No, thanks a lot, Teddy. That means a lot. So.
Yeah. Well, and I wish I would have been able to be there for you when you're going through some of the tougher shit, man. Like I'm a big fan of yours, so.
No, that's cool. I appreciate that. I isolated myself, so I didn't really seek it out, but I appreciate that now.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy for you and glad that you're glad things are going the right way. And okay, I was mentioning your hat, Buck and Dave's eggs. You got to tell us about you got to tell us about the chicken ranching.
Oh yeah. So my business partner, Buck Lunick. Do you know Buck Lunick?
I know the name. He's a bareback rider, isn't he?
Yeah, bareback rider. He rode.
Isn't he from Australia or something?
Like 3. What's that?
Wasn't he Australia or some shit? Or am I mixed up?
No, he's not Australian. He's Native American.
Native American. Okay.
Yeah, Blackfeet Reservation.
Okay.
So yeah, but he's my business partner, and him and I got about between 2,000 and 4,000 birds that we use for egg production.
That's a lot of birds.
And yeah, we do that. We sell eggs in Western Montana, pasture raised eggs. So our birds go outside
in the grass.
They get the opportunity. Yeah, they go outside. There's not always green grass out there, but there's weeds, bugs, dirt, grit.
Yeah.
They got pasture. They go out on 2 acres. So
no way.
They got a good deal.
That's cool. That's I like my thoughts on, raising birds for mass production at this point with the chicken you get at, like my assumption at a Costco or a grocery store is like shit that's kind of grown inside and they don't get to move around much. Like they're just kind of pumped up and plumped up and like it's not much of a life and for what I've understand of it. So it's cool that you guys are like, that's probably a little different. Like I'm assuming, I could be wrong, but.
Oh no, that's exactly it. There's a lot of people that play that cage free range, pasture raised, organic. You play that label game, and you can be a free range operation and never let your birds outside.
Oh, geez.
So it's just all about the square foot. So yeah, if our birds, they go out, they get a chance to go out, their doors open up every day at noon after they're done working, and they can go outside. So that's solidifies it being a pasture raised operation. But yeah, that's commercial farming. You've got to play. That's how they play those lines. But that's one cool thing about our business. We we put it right out there. We put videos out of our birds out on their pasture and stuff, and our product stands out from other people's, and it's cool. It's been an amazing learning experience, learning about poultry and all that, and all the things that go with it. It's been cool. It's been a very unique operation for the last few years. It's for sale. We're trying to sell it right now, and I'd love to do other things in my life, but and so would Buck. Buck does stunts on films and stuff, so he's still doing a lot of work outside of that. And when we started this business, it was in COVID. We were kind of slow, so he and I started it, and now we made her through COVID. We're doing good now, and we're just not around a lot to work it, so we have our employees do it, and we'd like to sell it to somebody else that could.
Huh. I just did some quick math. I'm thinking like 4,000 birds. I just put $100 on them. Like you probably, I don't know what you're selling it for, but that's an interesting concept. Like kind of a cool idea on the business side of things. And like the eggs would go mostly locally. Like if you got 4,000 birds, you have how many eggs are you gathering a day? And is there like an automated system? Is somebody hand picking them? Like what the hell is the process? Did you buy it from somebody else, or did you build it all yourself? Like what do you guys do?
Yeah, we built this all from hand, built it hand up. We collect by hand every day. So 4,000 birds, you're going to collect anywhere from 3,500 to 3,800 eggs a day.
By hand.
All by hand.
How many people?
There are two people that wash, one person collects, and then one on the weekends. So we got like 4 people, and then Buck and I'll come in every now and then.
Yeah.
But we'll rotate between 2,000 and 4,000. So right now we just got rid of our old batch, so we're down to the 2,000 mark. So it slows down a little bit, but it's still pretty big production. But yeah, all of our eggs go out Western Montana, pretty much. Grocery stores, bakeries, restaurants, and we deliver everything ourselves. It's all in-house. And yeah, it's a cool little unique business, and it does really good. Yeah, it does well for itself.
And I can't imagine like what the margins are in an egg business. Like you guys would be using a lot of your own time and probably not getting paid super well for it. Maybe paying yourself a dividend or a salary out of the company. I wonder though. There's like there's also scalability on space, and if you wanted to make it bigger, or like I wonder who you'd even sell it to. Like it's probably somebody that would be another owner operator rather than like selling it to a bigger corporation, because they're probably not gonna. They might not want to buy it, but they also probably would want to buy it to be able to have some of that high quality eggs, high quality chicken. They could market it in a different way. I'm curious now. That's a really interesting business, Dave.
That's what I would gear it. I would think it would be geared more towards the owner operator. So you would come in and pretty much take over that collecting of the eggs, because you are there. If Buck and I didn't have jobs outside of that, like my rodeo job, I'm a little slow right now, but that's only for the next 2 weeks, and then it just kicks off again.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I think it'd be ideal for an owner operator to come in. You make all the money of the 4 employees plus what the business makes. So I think that's ideal, is what you would want to do, is somebody that's moving to Montana, maybe that wants to be in the agricultural business, that doesn't want to work cows, thinks cows are scary and dangerous. Chickens are nice and easy to work with. It can be a little messy, but if you do it and build it properly, it's the finished product's always pretty nice.
Huh. Man, that's super.
Yeah.
Good. What are the bottlenecks though? Like is the processing, like on the birds that are, I don't want to say, I don't know the term, like aged out or like
spent. Yeah, spent hens.
The spent
Yeah.
hens, that's what how you describe them?
Yeah, pretty much hens that are aged out. We have a pretty good, source to outsource them when it's time for them to go.
Yeah.
Numerous places. There's a lot of local people that will buy up those birds because they're only 2 years old. So there's still a lot of laying in them. They just need a little more space, a little more little more room to go. Our birds do come into a barn every night, so they are coming into a safe place. But so they're
Oh yeah,
they're
'cause
in
you
a
gotta worry about
barn
coyotes
confined.
and wolves and shit too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
coyotes are
and all the
bad.
cats too.
Yep. So we have to keep it safe. We have automatic doors that come down and lock them in each night. But
Yeah.
yeah, so it's a cool business, and there's a lot of tricks to it. We just added a new washing compartment, so we tripled the time that we can wash in now, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Man, that's super neat. I think I
yeah,
love the logo too. I think you could make a
yeah,
whole
Buck
thing out
and
of you.
Dave's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a guy riding an egg, cowboy riding an egg.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, yeah, people like that, just the logo alone.
Okay, but do you like eggs? Like, do you eat eggs every day? Are you sick of them?
Oh, I don't eat them every day, but yeah, that's the thing. Like you can get a little sick of them, especially if you crack the wrong one and it's yeah, you get a rotten one or something.
Yeah.
That'll ruin you on eggs for a week or so.
Man,
Yeah, but
I was ruined on eggs as a kid because my punishment when I was a shitty kid was to go clean the neighbor's chicken coop, and then I
that'll
like
cure you.
yeah, the smell. Like I just remember the smell of the ammonia in the chicken coop and the chicken shit. Like fucking makes me gag to this day.
Rank.
Yeah, if I smell that for like on somebody's breakfast plate, I still want to throw up my mouth. Like just brings
Yep.
you back to childhood trauma of cleaning the fucking
Yep.
chicken
Gotta
coop.
cook it. Cook it thoroughly.
You got to go pick up your kids from school. We got to wrap this up probably.
Yeah. Eventually here at some point. I think I gotta do that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, man, there's one question I ask everybody, and it's what their definition of cowboy shit is. So let's get that one. Check that box before we're done.
My definition of cowboy shit is doing anything out outside. I'm going to say it can be inside too. Cowboy shit can be anywhere. Um, just doing it with an attitude like I'm not going to get beat, or I'm going to win this battle, or I'm going to take a chance today on this, or yeah, like I'm going to dally off on this elk and we're going to drag it down this hill on this unbroke pony, do some cowboy shit, or catch a fish in a creek, baiting it in with a Coors Light and a Miller Lite can, as the shiny little sparkle, just like stuff like that I can think of that I've done. That's kind of, yeah, cowboy shit, and just put that thing in 4-wheel drive and let her rip, kind of deal.
You mentioned some of the other stuff you're up to now. Like I wonder what the evenings are like now when you're on the road. Like what's like did you take up reading or meditating on the road? And then you mentioned ranching too. You guys ranch as well too, right? You got a lot on the go, but I just want to put those
Yeah.
before we wrap it up.
Yeah, no, we're busy around here. We're trying to build our herd right now. I mean, it's mostly my daughter's herd, but we try to keep most of our heifers and then sell our steers off. And we're only, I don't know, 15, 20-ish head or so right now, but we're trying to move up and want to move up in the world. We want to buy a place one day, a little bigger place that allows us to spread our wings out and do that. So yeah, we raise cattle here at the house and in some leased pasture and whatnot. My wife, we do that separate from the chicken business. The chicken business is our own deal with Buck and I, and then the ranching and everything takes place around here with my wife and I. And yeah, it's been really cool to learn. I've learned a lot just about agriculture and farming and stuff too. Being out on our own doing that and working cattle, and how to work cattle and not cuss at each other and keep your marriage going smoothly. That's always a fun battle that my wife and I have, but it's fun. We're getting to where we have a lot of fun with it, and working horses and working stuff horseback. So yeah, that's the ranching aspect of it. But yeah, busy with the kids too. Our kids, all sorts of busy. We got a 3-year-old and a 9-year-old. So one in school, the other one we kind of take care of here and there, or she'll go to daycare, and but try to keep her at home and save some money and keep her, try to bring those values up in them.
Yeah. Right on. Well, and sorry, I went back to like on the road and stuff now. What are you doing in the evening now? Are you watching shows when you're on the road by yourself, or like?
Oh yeah.
What are you keeping busy at if you're not
Evening
going to the
time.
bar? Sleeping more, probably.
Yeah, I eat more.
Yeah.
I go back to the hotel room. I've noticed that I save a lot of my energy for the arena, so I go back to the hotel room. I really get into the first 48. I like that. Some of those shows, if Game of Thrones is on, I do that. But yeah, it's pretty much like rehab time for me at the I'm 41, so
Ice in your
I
wounds.
I get some wounds. Like I'm fighting an infection in my leg right now from a trampoline accident that I had at circuit finals. So just like trying to take care of myself after the show. It's when I'm on the road at the hotel, that seems to be like a big reward to me too. Like, oh, I get to go put my feet up and cook something to eat, or order DoorDash of some sweet place down the road or something. So kind of just started to enjoy that more in the evening time.
Right on. Well, Dave, this was a lot of fun, man. Once again, rodeo entertainer Dave Whitmoyer. Glad to have you on the show today, and really appreciate the visit, and really glad to hear things are going your way. And we didn't really talk in specifics on goals. I don't know if we need to, but I hope you achieve all of them, Dave.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. No, I'm looking forward to it, and thanks for having me on here. It was pretty cool opportunity to be able to come on here and a podcast where you could just kind of feel like you could let loose a little bit and not worry about what came out of your mouth.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you telling your story and sharing your journey, Dave. This is enjoyable to catch up.
Good. Glad you enjoyed it. Hope everybody else did.
Yeah, hopefully everybody enjoyed. I'm sure they did. So
yeah.
Anyway, thanks, Dave. We'll see you around there somewhere.
Yeah, thank you guys.